It's Carter Sports back with another one. And today I got part 3 of Miller Moss quarterback projection for the 2024 football season. Fight on and let's go. What's up, y'all? This part 3 and the final part of the Miller Moss 2024 projection. His statistical projection for the 2024 season. Then it's revenge time, y'all. It's revenge time. Washington better have them a quarterback. I know Michael Penix leaving, but Washington better have them a quarterback. Washington better have them a quarterback because Michael Penix gone, and without Michael Penix, Washington probably an 8-4 team. You know, Washington is undefeated because they got an elite quarterback. So, not knowing who their quarterback is, judging today, December 30th, judging today, that's a dub. That's a dub because their defense ain't that great. Their defense ain't that great. You know what I'm saying? They got some nice edge rushers, but their defense ain't that great. You can move the ball on Washington defense. I mean, y'all seen us put 42 on them this year. And if they didn't have a great offense to go back and forth with us, I'm pretty sure we would drop 50 on their defense. But they got a great offense this year that'll keep the ball away from you, and their defense just get enough stops. So put it like this. If Washington defense is on the same level next year that it is this year, and their offense is absent a phenom at quarterback, and they just got a regular quarterback, we winning that game. We winning that game. They got some receivers going into the draft. Next year gonna be a rebuild for Washington, unless I'm wrong, unless they got some people in the cut, unless they got a Miller Moss on their bench, right? Or unless they crash the portal, right? But as of now, Stan, I got 4 tutties for Miller Moss in that game. We're going to be able to move the ball in that game. And without them quarterbacks and wide receivers that they have to replace, I feel like our defense going to be able to hang in there. Still got a feeling they're going to score points. It's at home. It's at Washington. I mean, they got good coaches up there. They got a good system. But without Monty's Penix production, they wouldn't have beat us this year. And we was only, 8-5. Without Michael Penix, throwing 4 touchdowns, and Dylan Johnson going crazy. I think Dylan Johnson going into the draft too. So, if Washington fans, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think Dylan Johnson is going into the draft with Michael Penix, along with their 2 top receivers. I think they all going into the draft. So, unless they got some Miller Mosses in the cut, some Jacoby Lanes like we do, with Deuce Robinson's in the cut, I feel like we should win that game. This judging it sitting here December 30th now, once the season start and all them games get played, I feel like I might change. Might be like, okay, Washington and reloaded, so we gonna see. But as of now, I got 4 tutties for Miller Moss against Washington. Nebraska, that's a tough defensive team. That's a run the ball a lot again. Play ball control. You know, their quarterback this year sucked. So Nebraska, I don't know. They might get a quarterback that don't suck. But from this looking at it, and from the Miller Moss perspective, that's a tough defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nebraska, they well coached. So I feel like that they coaches could come with a good scheme versus our coaches, even though I like our coaching staff for Lincoln Riley. But I got Miller Moss 3 tutties that game. USC pulling away in the second half, but that's gonna be a sneaky competitive game. USC might be looking forward to get their rematch against the crosstown rivals at UCLA. Speaking of UCLA, they lost Lynn. They lost their DBs to us. I'm pretty sure they losing Latu to the draft. You know, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to have some of that D'Anton Lynn residue left. I still feel like USC defense is going to be good. I feel like if they new defensive coordinator, he's smart, he going to come in and run a lot of D'Anton Lynn's system. But I still got Miller Moss tossing for 4 tutties because I feel like they ain't gonna be able to pressure our quarterback like they did last year. I feel like our offensive line gonna be better this year in pass pro, and they gonna be weaker in pass rush and on the back end. Chip Kelly, they passing numbers wasn't that great, but just how you might judge the Big Ten defenses on the curb, you got to judge the Pac-12 defenses on the curb too, because look how many elite quarterbacks in the Pac-12. Like every team damn near had a baller at quarterback. Show me a Pac-12 team last year that didn't have a baller at quarterback. Bet you can't get past 3. You get what I'm saying? So them DB numbers gotta kind of be skewed. I think against the pass, they was like 60th against the pass. So we took their top safety who gave up no touchdowns, who got a PFF rating, and then the Fighting Irish. The Fighting Irish, man, they got that defense. They do. They defensive line scare me. Like Caleb Williams had no time in the pocket. And during the spring, I'm dive into Notre Dame more. We got to see how many of that front 7 they bringing back. Because they bringing that front 7 back, our offensive line, I feel like gonna be better in pass protection. They gonna really have to be in that game. Against the Notre game and Michigan game, our offensive line really gonna have to be ready. But I think they is in the pass pro. I don't know about the run game yet though. So against Notre Dame, win, lose, or draw, I think we're gonna have to win that game in the air. Hopefully, we get better protection. I feel like we will. Like, it can't get no worse than the Notre Dame game did. Like, Caleb Williams had 0.7 seconds to pass every time he dropped back, right? So it gotta be better than that. So I see Miller Moss throwing 3 tutties this game. I would give him 4 or 5, but big game, rivalry game. I know they're gonna be pumped up trying to get their rematch, but Michael Freeman, their coach, is a good defensive coordinator, borderline great defensive coordinator, and they got that DB number 20. So that gonna be a tough game. Like, looking at it from December 30th, Miller Moss projection wise, that Notre Dame game might be his toughest game. I mean, it was Caleb Williams' toughest game. So we gonna see. That one got me kind of nervous about Miller Moss projection. Like, we still ain't seen what Miller Moss gonna look like under pressure. We know he ain't gonna force nothing. We know we gonna hit the check down. You know he gonna throw it in the dirt if he got it. But if it's constant pressure, he gonna have to be able to stand in there and deliver under pressure. Probably getting hit as soon as he released the ball. Now, we seen him do that against Louisville a couple times, but it's another thing when it's happening every play. When you getting pressure constantly every play, it starts to get in your mind, and you might rush a little throws. You might not be focused. You might be thinking instead of reacting and playing off your instincts and your training and preparation you got in practice. So we gonna see, y'all. Got 4 tutties against the Huskies. Got 3 tutties against the Cornhuskers. Got 4 tutties against UCLA. And I got 3 tutties against Notre Dame. So what's that? 7, 11, 14. So I got Miller Moss finishing this season at 41 total tutties. I do. I mean, Lincoln Riley got that type of offense, and I feel like our run game is going to be average to below average, just looking at it from right here, December 30th. So we going to pass a lot, and I feel like we going to have a lot of opportunities to throw touchdowns, and we got red zone demons. You see Jacoby Lane, Deuce Robinson with his size. Then we got them freshman tight end coming. I can't wait to see Walter Matthews, that 6'7" tight end. And we got Joe Yost, 6'5". We might have a true freshman tight end. I feel like one of them two gonna get a starting job, Walter Matthews or Joe Yost, for reals. So I think Miller Moss gonna be able to throw 41. Is a 50-50 ball. Why? He's a 50-50 ball wide receiver. 6'5", big, tall. He 50-50 ball. Miller Moss gonna throw them 50-50 balls. One of Jacoby Lane touchdowns was a 50-50 ball. Both of them was a 50-50 ball because he was covered pretty tight on both of them. Deuce Robinson. He a 50-50 ball type receiver. So we got 3 receivers that's 50-50 balls over your DB. DB is the hardest position to play. So when you give DBs a break, when you don't even throw at DBs, when they in a 50-50 ball situations, you let them off the hook. Trust me, I played football. DB is probably the hardest position to play. Because even a DB, you playing great if you only giving up 55% completion to your side. So if the quarterback complete the ball 55% of the time he throw your way, you doing good. That considered pretty decent, but 55%, that means you losing more times than not, right? So when you got 50-50 ball situations and you don't throw it up, you letting the DB off the hook. And Miller Moss, he ain't gonna let the DB off the hook. So yeah, I see 41 tutties because he gonna give our big receivers a chance. And he gonna throw them little check down. So Zachariah Branch, our little speedster, Zachariah Branch and Makai Lemon, they gonna take a couple 10-yard check down, 5-yard check downs to the house. So yeah, I got Miller Moss for like 41 tutties. I say 10 to 12 interceptions. What y'all think? And I'ma say this, I'ma say it now. If he throw 41 tutties and USC win 9 games or more, best believe he gonna be in a Heisman conversation. He got that moxie that the country gonna feel. You know, he got that white boy moxie that America loves. See him throwing them touchdowns, see him staring at the sideline like, yeah, he got his own little swag. So I feel like America gonna love Miller Moss. His name, the way he look. Come on now. USC, come on now. So I got Miller Moss, 41 tutties, 10 interceptions, and a Heisman candidate. Because it's Miller time. So until then, it's Carter Sports, it's Trojan City. Let's go.